This is the 148th episode of CloudFocus Weekly for the third week of August 2013. This episode is titled Enhanced Performance. CloudFocus Week is sponsored by Arkus, your CloudFocus Week experts. I'm your host, Jason Atwood, and joining me in his own enhanced way is Justin Nelson. Justin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you very much.
This is going to be a marathon. It's not a sprint. This is a marathon.
This is a marathon?
This is a marathon.
I don't know about that.
This podcast is a marathon.
This podcast feels like a sprint.
This one might be a sprint. The next one will be a marathon.
So you like to drop these hints like we're recording things in advance.
I think it's like being honest. So let's talk about that at the end. We have a new blog post, State of Salesforce Mobile.
We do. Which
coincides with the new Chatter Mobile that came out like a week or two ago. We have a brand new edition of Salesforce, which we will discuss. So we'll make this the very
Salesforce-y, not too much meat there, but it's all Salesforce. So it's all
Salesforce.
good.
Well, it's $300 of meat.
Wow.
That's a lot of meat.
It's a nice steak.
It's a good steak. And then we'll talk about the next episode, and then we'll make our CloudFocus
more steak or is it more sizzle?
Pick of the week at the end. So let's talk first. The person who shall remain nameless wrote State of Salesforce Mobile, I think sparked on by the release of the new Chatter Mobile.
Yep.
We've been talking about Salesforce and Salesforce Mobile for a long time. And it comes down to basically it's a nice review of where you are with mobile.
Yep.
When I'm on with clients, I start talking about mobile and I just go, okay, do you guys have some time? Because let's get into it. It's not just it's mobile. I mean, I guess the answer is yes, there's mobile. Then
it's a simple one-line answer, but then you
get
get into
hour.
How are you using Salesforce? Because that then determines which mobile option you want to choose. So let's go through the three options.
All right, give me the three options.
So the three options are Salesforce Mobile Classic, renamed.
I hear they used
renamed from Salesforce Mobile to Salesforce Mobile Classic.
I think they use a different ingredient, a different recipe for this, right?
No. This is the Classic edition. Okay. And then we have Salesforce Touch, which is the new HTML5 made specifically for touch devices version of Salesforce. And then we have Salesforce Chatter, which has been around but has just recently been enhanced to do a lot more than it used to do.
Right.
With records. Meaning, we'll get into it in a minute.
Yeah. So let's talk about Salesforce Mobile Classic. This is the one that's been around forever.
Let me start off by saying this is my mobile app of choice. Salesforce Mobile Classic. It's my mobile app of choice. If someone were to say to me, you can only have one Salesforce mobile app out of these three on your device, this would be the one of choice.
Why?
It is faster.
Yep.
It has offline access. Those are my two biggest things. It's so much faster. It's not even funny. It just boots right up. Boom, boom, boom. You put in your PIN. You're in. Search for stuff. It's there because you've already kind of cached it locally. And then so many times I'm commuting. This is the purpose of these mobile apps is I'm not sitting in front of my laptop at my desk. I'm going somewhere. I'm on the subway and I'm meeting with a client and I want to look at that client, that account. I want to look at who the people I'm meeting are. I want to see the actual address. I know the general vicinity where I'm going, but I want to look up the actual address. So much faster, so much easier to do that on the Salesforce Classic. With that said, I haven't had a whole lot of time to really dig into the new Chatter version to know if it can really replace.
Well, hold on. Let's stay with Classic. Limitations of Classic.
There are limitations.
It's very device specific, meaning it's an app that you download and install. It has no chatter in it.
No, it does not.
And it used to.
Which
is
now,
sort of a bummer.
Now it doesn't.
And then it also has its ability to edit records is limited. Anymore?
No,
well, you can't get custom objects.
There are some custom objects that are there and some that aren't, which is
that was the big thing.
Confounding
you can't get to custom stuff you've built. That was the whole thing. You can't get to custom objects.
Well, you can. There are some. I just don't understand why some are there and some aren't. And we're talking about Salesforce Mobile Classic Lite.
Yes.
Like not the full version that you'll get, with Unlimited or some other version of Salesforce that's being released.
Did everybody see me roll my eyes on Salesforce Mobile Play?
I roll.
$35 a month. No. So, yeah, you're right. It is the one I use the most. Just because it's quick. You're right. It's quick.
It's just fast. Yeah, you're right. For some reason, I thought I could get to custom objects, but I guess I was misinformed, or
it's almost like
mistaken.
You didn't pass like some sort of Salesforce
No,
test
it's weird. Just for some reason, I thought I had seen custom objects on this thing in the past. But again, it's a native app. It's very fast. It works. You can log calls. You can do all that stuff on it, right? It has all the native, click an address, boom, it pops up in Google Maps. You click a phone number, it dials the phone. You click the email, you do the email. It does all the things I need it to do, and it does it fast and well. I know it's not the future. But in the moment, now, if you were to ask me a year from now, I might have a different answer. But right now, this is my mobile app of choice.
If you just want accounts, contacts, leads, opportunities, and cases. And you don't want chatter, and you want it to be offline, it is a good choice. So I agree. Next is Salesforce Touch.
Touch. Now, I don't go near Touch. I don't touch Touch. It crashes on me too much. Wow. That all rhymed, I think.
Yeah, it does.
It just crashes too often, particularly when I'm not on a Wi-Fi network. So if I'm on like my LTE or just 4G or whatever, it just crashes really, really crashes. And you can talk about like what's nice about it, because I really don't. I don't like. I don't like it.
You don't know what's nice about it.
I just don't like it.
So Touch is the idea that, again, released or beta a couple of years ago, GA, I think as of 1 or 2 releases ago. The idea that they're going to move away from device specific, although it's funny that Touch is device specific.
Yeah, it's an app.
Well, no, it's a website, but they have an app wrapper that they give it to you. But it can only work right now with a couple of devices.
Right.
So while the future is it's HTML5, it can work on anything. The present is, I think it's iPhone 5 and iPad, whatever.
Yeah, like not original iPad.
Right, because it basically needs a lot of power in processing, and it needs a really good browser to run that.
Yep.
So, and what it is just it's an HTML version. It's like logging into Salesforce native straight up. It's just you're getting the Touch version of it. So everything's organized in a way. It's like a skin for Salesforce.
Right.
So everything's organized in left to right, and everything slides. And everything has these things over it.
I think there's too many layers to it, personally. In order to take action on things, there's a lot of layers that I have to jump through. And then the speed factor comes into play, because every time it's going out to go get the information and coming back, as opposed to it just being there locally.
But it allows you to do a lot. Like it has dashboards in it. It has chatter in it. It has, the ability to edit things now. I mean, there's a lot in it. I think where it suffers from me, and it has apps, it has custom objects. So like it has a lot in it.
Yep.
What it suffers from for me is views, because the way I navigate tons and tons and tons of data is through views. And when it's just like, oh, here's your recent stuff, I'm like, what's recent to me? Like, I need views. I need views of stuff. And if you can't pull down those views that show me open this, then basically I'm either going to search for it and just get one off, which I do with Classic, or I don't know. That's it. Like I need to be able to get to stuff very specific, or I need a list of stuff. So, but it is definitely the future. It needs speed big time.
Well, Classic has views. It has some views.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You can't really it's not pulling down
exactly.
It has the standard list views,
right?
Not the custom ones,
right?
But better than nothing, right? Like closing next month opportunities. It has that view,
right. So then there's Salesforce Chatter, which I think
this is the one that's going to win for me in the long term. I feel
this is the one that's confusing me the most.
This is the one that's going to win for me.
It's a native app.
Yep.
But it has a lot of HTML5 feel to it, meaning it doesn't feel native fast. It feels HTML5 slow, but it's native. So I don't know what's going on there. Like I don't know. I can't get under the hood. But it's more. It was meant, and it's been growing over the time. I mean, Chatter 1.0 is like you can see your feed,
Right.
and that's it. And then
Here's
Chat,
your feed.
and then it's been growing, and now you can see objects, and now you can. And in this latest version, Chatter 4, you can now edit,
Right.
which is huge. And we're basically in a Chatter view, but then editing a record.
And see related records. You can really see all the data that you can see inside of Touch. Just you have to get to it in a different way through the feed. This is, to me, this one's going to be the one that's going to be the one that I'm going to use when it gets to a certain level. This is going to be the winner for me, not Touch. It's going to be this Chatter app is going to be the one that replaces Classic for me.
So
'Cause it
why
has
go
the
down these two
search.
different paths, though?
I don't know. Because Touch has Chatter in it. It's slow, but it's there. Like, that's the real reason why I don't use Touch, because it's slow, and I feel like it crashes on me too often. This Chatter app is going to be the one that I feel like I'm going to move to when I decide. Like, it's not like I don't have all three. Like, I'm sitting here
Right.
with my phone, and I've got all of them.
Me too.
But this is going to be the one that I'm going to move to because it does have the Chatter in it, obviously, and Classic doesn't. And I'm going to be able to get to records. I'm going to be able to edit records. I'm going to be able to look at custom objects. I'm going to be able to look at related records. So I feel like this is the one that eventually I'm going to get to.
And I think it's also leaving out. I mean, these are the three sort of like from Salesforce, but there's two others that I think are actually I think they're better. Like the ones that I use one of them, I don't use the other one.
This has dashboards in it too.
It does. They're not as nice as the Dashboards app for iOS. There's one called Salesforce Dashboards. And it's just really nice. It does everything you want and more. It actually lets you see like reports. It'll give it to you like in a little view. It's really great. That one's better. And then there's one called Force.com Labs or Force. What is it called? Force Labs, ForcePad. It's the Force.com Labs version of a native Salesforce one using the API that the partner who's renamed uses all the time. He loves that. He uses that. That's how he gets into the records. But again, it's a labs project. So the story is not even as muddied as these three. It's muddied on top of these three with two others that are Salesforce Labs projects. So they're not officially supported, but they're Salesforce. So they work. So I guess really the state of the state is that you have lots of options. I don't think any of them are perfect.
No.
None of them make me...
I really wish that they would think of Classic not as Classic. Like, because the functionality that it has is really good. And if it was just improved upon and, like, given the custom object stuff, there would be no reason for Touch.
Well, I think there is, because they don't want to be device specific. They don't want to be device specific. But then they keep putting out device specific versions of Chatter. But I feel but
that's
Chatter
a hard
has its
story
own
to sell me on.
But Chatter has its own path, and the reason they're doing that is because, from my understanding and limited understanding, is Chatter can be sort of, how do I say this, separated from Salesforce. Meaning you could be someone who's a Chatter user, but not really a Salesforce user, and they kind of sell it that way. That's sort of Chatter free. It's sort of, I don't know. I just feel like there's this whole path of going down. You're going to be a Chatter user, but you wouldn't necessarily know Salesforce. You wouldn't want to be getting to anything else. You'd be using groups, files, and profile, but you wouldn't be doing anything else. So if they had two different apps for it, that allows them to kind of support them separately. Also, Salesforce in HTML5 will have offline. So the future should be bright in that HTML5 will support offline eventually. So the speed should pick up. The offline ability should pick up. But right now it feels muddy. I mean, it's in some ways it's the best it's ever been, meaning we have more options than we ever had before, and they all work and they all give you these great stuff. Every time I go into one of them, I feel I kind of have to remember, is this the one that I can do that thing that I want to do, or I have to do in that other one?
Yeah.
And that's sort of where I get
The only way that I judge is just based on my own usage patterns, which is I never open Touch. I use Classic when I am being mobile, and I use Chatter when I'm, when I just want to check the Chatter feed.
Yeah. And I use
that's
the
way
Chatter
I
on
use the mobile apps. That's it. When I am mobile, though, I use Classic. So that's, to me, like, that's the one that I use.
Well, there's the other one that I use, which is I just log into Salesforce.
Well, that's if I have my iPad.
Right. Well, that's
But
what I'm
if
saying.
I'm on my phone and I'm like,
I've done
I
it.
use Classic.
It's not.
Oh, I've done it too. It's not the greatest thing in the world. Like I've logged into the success community on my phone because there's no other way to really get into it from a mobile. Works fine.
Right. Well, I think that's...
Kudos to them for
I think
having
that's
it
where
work.
it even gets worse on the iPad is that you have the Salesforce in a browser version.
That's actually what I tell people.
Well, I tell them
when I go to
right.
clients and they're like, "What should we do with the iPad?" I say, "Log in the browser."
Right. Enjoy it.
It's going to be the best experience of all of them.
Well,
To me,
it's okay.
It's going to be the fastest. It's
tiny-
going to be the most rich. You're going to have the most data.
Tiny, tiny little places to touch.
Yeah, you can zoom, pinch.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Touch will eventually, hopefully, get there and replace that kind of thing. Like the need to log in on the browser, or every time you log in on the browser, it just brings you to the touch experience. I think that's the goal of it, right?
Yeah.
But for now, I'd rather the full UI versus the touch UI when I log in on my iPad.
Yeah.
It's just so much faster.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, tons of options out there. You literally on any device have at least 5 options.
And you can go to arkusinc.com/blog and read all about them.
Or blog.arkusinc.com, which isn't working yet. Ah, you're shaking your head. Yeah,
shaking my
I can make it work by the minute we get off this.
Yeah, that's why I haven't been saying blog.arkusinc.com.
No, go to blog.arkusinc.com.
It just brings you to the homepage.
No, but there's a big button in the high that says blog.
Oh,
I'll fix the
come
HTML redirect.
on.
Whatever.
Come on.
It's an Apache
Come
change.
on.
All right.
Speaking of Apache redirects.
That was good. My voice is going. Excuse me.
All right, well, while you're clearing your throat, we'll talk about a story that came out on Monday.
Some would call this a press release.
Yeah, some would call it a press release. You're right. Press release that was released to the PR Newswire on August 12th, which was Monday of this week, talking about how Salesforce.com, the world's #1 CRM platform, announced Performance Edition, a brand new edition of Salesforce. New license type, just to make it a lot easier to figure out which license you need.
So
They went and
So
through the performance
let me
edition
just
out
let me
there.
just start by saying let me talk about the current version. So I'm on the Sales Cloud
Yeah.
on their homepage, and let's
Ask
talk
them
about.
if they want to chat.
Well, no, they I do not want to chat. Stop chatting me.
By the way, let me start by saying that Performance Edition is slated to be available on November 4th of 2013, just
Safe harbor.
prior. Doesn't say Safe Harbor, just prior to Dreamforce.
Okay. Well, clearly they're going to talk about that.
I'm sure they will.
I honestly, I don't know if that's going to get a lot of cheers because I can't imagine that if they, they do the thing if you're a nonprofit, raise your
Stand
hand.
up and everyone
if
gets
you're
to
in an organization between this size and this size, they can always do that.
If you're on Performance Edition, raise your hand.
No,
Silence.
if you're willing to pay for this, raise your hand.
Well,
Okay.
let's talk about.
No. I wanna-
read me the prices, and I'm gonna
No,
actually.
well, I
I'm gonna
want-
defend Performance.
But I
Edition.
want to bring everybody up to speed. So for those of you who haven't shopped around for Salesforce licenses, and we don't shop around a lot, but a lot of our clients come in on different editions. Generally they have it, but sometimes they're asking us, hey, what would you get? And I have helped people implement every one of these. I've been on every one of these so far. So Contact Manager, $5.
Man, that used to be $2.
$5.
Every dollar amount that you say is per user per month.
Yes.
Let's throw that out there.
There are limitations. So Contact Manager, you can only hit the 5 users, then you have to get off. That's it. You're done. Group, $25. This is retail pricing. I have had people negotiate group. I've had people actually negotiate group pricing. Professional, $65 per user per month, billed annually. Enterprise, now you go from 65 to 125.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a big
Good
jump.
jump though.
Yep.
But that's a good jump. You're getting a lot for your money there.
Yeah, I mean the sweet spot is basically right at enterprise. I think. Then you go to unlimited, which is $250
$250
per user
for
per
unlimited.
month. Right.
All right. So now I'm going to ask you to do a couple things for me
Yes.
because I'm going to tell you what you get with Performance Edition, which is slated to be $300 per user per month.
Well, let me just say, I was just in Sales Cloud. If I went to Service Cloud, I would have Professional Edition, Enterprise Edition, Unlimited Edition.
A lot of editions.
Right. If I went to Marketing Cloud, I then have a whole bunch of other stuff. Platform, I've got Force.com Lite and Force.com Enterprise. I've got Chatter editions, Chatter and Chatter Plus. I've got Data.com editions, Data.com Clean, Prospector, Premium.
So stay there.
Well, hold on, and then
but I want you to stay there.
I have to do the last one, which is Works.com, which is
good.
Okay.
Stay there then.
No, can I go back?
No,
I want to go somewhere.
Because here's the deal. With Performance Edition, I want to break this down as well as I can. You're going to get Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and the platform, obviously, right? With all the additional capabilities that Unlimited Edition gives you today.
Does it come with Chatter?
And Chatter.
Oh, wow.
Right? So you're getting Sales Cloud and Service Cloud.
Okay.
All right?
So specifically, though, Service Cloud means something. So say what Service Cloud usually means.
So Service Cloud means the console view of the Service Cloud as well as
console.
The new Service Cloud console.
The old console you get.
Right. And I mean, to me, that's kind of it because the rest of it's tack-on stuff.
Like
Live Agent and Knowledge, which is included in this Performance Edition. So if you look at like the Service Cloud pricing, you'll see that like where it says Knowledge Base or whatever.
Yep.
There's a starry star, which includes, another price. And Live Agent, which includes another price. Right. So this includes that stuff too in Performance Edition. So you're getting that included. Yep. You're also getting data.com. Doesn't say what level, but you get data.com. You also get work.com. Right? So you're getting work.com, data.com, Live Agent, and Knowledge. 4 tack-on things.
For how much, Ron
For
Papil?
$50 more.
$50?
$50 more dollars.
Oh my God, $50?
Per user? I feel like that's actually, like they're actually doing a good thing here. Here's the deal. If you're on Unlimited at $250.
That's the thing.
Here's the thing. If
Nobody's on Unlimited wanting to get these extra things.
If you're on Unlimited, you have a serious gripe with the fact that you don't get Knowledge. Or that you don't get work.com. Or that you don't get Live Agent. You're like, what does Unlimited mean, guys? I thought I get everything.
We have clients who have Unlimited and love to argue that Unlimited is not unlimited.
Performance Edition is really unlimited.
Really? How many?
No idea.
No, how many fields can you put in an object?
I don't know.
It's the same as unlimited.
Same as unlimited.
Yeah.
But you get these other products. You get Knowledge.
Yeah.
You get Live Agent. To me, these are like actual monetary value. So if you were to look and you were to say, how much does work.com cost per user?
Yeah.
And add that to how much does data.com cost?
They don't tell you what versions, though, so it's kind of hard to say.
Add up the Knowledge cost and then add up the Live Agent cost, you're going to get to more than $50.
So, but work.com is either $10, $15, or $20.
Okay.
Let's say it's the $15 version because that's the most popular. Data.com is $25, $125, or $165.
Well, we're already at $40.
Okay.
So you're going to tell me Knowledge and Live Agent are going to come in under 10? I don't think so.
But I think here's what I don't like the argument, because you're putting it on top of Unlimited. You're not putting it on top of Enterprise.
No, I'm putting it on top of Unlimited.
And I think that's where it looks
I'm
like
not
it's
doing anything.
Well, I think that's why it looks like it's a good deal. Where I feel like Unlimited is overpriced, and so this is on top of Unlimited, and you're trying to say, oh well, the jump from Unlimited to Performance is only $50. But I'm saying I think Unlimited is too high to where it starts. It's too much to go from Enterprise to Unlimited. I think you would agree. It's double.
Yeah, it's double.
So if this, to me, what I think should happen is the whole thing should slide back down. If I chat with this person right now, she's saying, let's chat.
No, please don't.
Let's chat.
Not in the middle of our podcast. Just tell her we're doing a podcast about her pricing.
I'd say, can you get me
pricing now?
So I feel like that's the problem, is that it's not the swing, it's not the gap between 250 and 300. I think there, if you look at that, it looks good.
There's good value there.
It's the gap between what most people are on, which is Enterprise, and 300. And right. I think that gap, because I don't think the jump from Enterprise to Unlimited is enough to get most people to do it. And I think then you're going another 50
above. I'm trying to think
it.
what you get that's actually of any value there.
Full sandbox and Premier support.
Full sandbox and Premier, you nailed it. Those are the two real value.
Ooh.
Yeah, we just talked about mobile. That's going to go away. But the real value is Premier support with the 2-hour SLA and full sandbox copy. No, those have some serious value to them.
I feel like this
double the price value. I'm not sure.
I feel like they should have just wrapped this stuff into Unlimited and made Unlimited truly unlimited.
Truly unlimited. Yeah. They could have done that, but
like
this is another and it's a
because that would have gotten people who are on Enterprise to go to unlimited. If you're an enterprise and you're looking at now I have to step up above unlimited to get to this thing. I just feel like that's where you're kind of missing it. Again, there's a pricing strategy. I just feel like unlimited was high enough that most people were like, oof, I'm not going there. But if you throw more stuff into it, then I'm like, oh, okay.
Well,
but they threw stuff
unless you're buying like a mega amount of licenses.
Well, they threw it above unlimited, which is what I kind of thought. If they dropped it, maybe they made unlimited like 200 and then made this 250 or 275. I'd be like, oh, okay.
It'd make unlimited more appealing. That's for sure.
Right. Well, again, no one plays retail.
Like I feel like this makes unlimited far less appealing.
Yes,
because it's like, well, I guess I'll get this one because it's only $50 more, and look at all the stuff you're giving me.
Right.
I think it's a way because I feel like Salesforce needs a way to sell these other products. I don't feel like Work.com, Live Agent, Knowledge are big sellers. I just don't get the feeling. I don't really get the feeling that they're like big sellers. So this is a way to kind of be like, yeah, now we have however many hundreds of thousands of users on Live Agent. And we have 100 some odd thousand users on Work.com, right? All that stuff that they claim at the big keynotes.
Question.
Well, let me finish my sentence.
Well, I'm still saying question.
All right, go on.
Go on. Nonprofit pricing.
No idea. They don't get. I do know they don't get unlimited. So they get enterprise.
But so you can't get. So that's what I'm saying. I can't get performance at 80% off.
No clue. Because you'd have to really ask a nonprofit account executive about that.
Because I know they get the other stuff off.
Yes, 80% off anything they purchase, but
I don't think it's
they get the
some things that are not
stuff.
I think the Sales Cloud stuff, the Service Cloud stuff, I don't think they discount as heavily.
They're still discounted.
Yeah, they're discounted.
That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, interesting. If this is the big announcement of Dreamforce,
you know what people need to do? They need to come to Dreamforce.
Yes.
They need to register for Dreamforce.
Oh, good Sugui.
You need to register for Dreamforce with this awesome discount code D13 MVP REF.
And how many Performance Edition licenses could I buy if
I don't know.
No. If I register, how much could I save to go towards Performance Edition?
Oh.
1/3 the cost.
I guess.
That's $100 off.
Well, it depends how many people are registering for your company.
No, well,
I guess it doesn't really.
It's $100. So I'm saying you could buy 1/3 of You could buy 1/3. So D13 MVP REF.
Right.
Which is the
promo code.
Is the promo code for Dreamforce.
You're messing around with me in Google Docs. Why are you doing that?
We're having a little a tiff in
why are you
we're
doing
on the
that?
air. We can't be having a tiff in Google Docs.
Why are you messing around with my Google
know.
Docs?
I don't want to know.
You can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Click on it. See what happens.
All right. Listen.
Security.
Let's talk about
black leather gloves.
Let's talk about next week. So, safe harbor. Next week, both Justin and I are traveling, and so we cannot get together actually, we're traveling the week after, but we think or traveling together the week after, so we know we can.
We're going to podcast on the road, I think, next week.
Probably.
The week after.
Probably.
Somewhere in the 28th, 29th, 30th, somewhere in there we'll podcast.
But next week, we're not around. We're traveling. So we thought it would be nice. We've never done this before, so that's why we're being totally honest with you. We thought we would do one of our special episodes, and we'll record it right after this podcast, but it won't be available till next week. So it's literally you're gonna hear all about this, and you're gonna think of us doing this, but you're not gonna get to listen to it until next week. Next week's episode. So that's the one that'll come out next week. Let's call it like Wednesday of next week.
Whenever,
right? Will be all about streaming TV. We're gonna go down our top 10 list of streaming TV shows, and we're gonna battle out. See who has the best list.
I put 14 on my list just in case I need to go to extra innings.
I have many more than that.
I know, but I only made the list to 14.
I have 10 on my list. You can't go on 14. It's a list of 10. You
I
can
said
have,
in case I have to go to extra innings.
there's no extra innings.
Well,
you go
in case
10.
you pick something that I was going to pick or something
No,
like that.
we're going to go whatever. So we're going from 10 to 1. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun episode. This is kind of one of these fun ones that we haven't. The CloudFocusness of it will be that you can stream
You
all
can
this
stream
stuff.
it.
Right. And
We've been wanting to do a pop. We want to throw some pop culture into CloudFocus Weekly.
Plus, we're big TV guys.
Huge.
So
And everyone knows who listens on a regular basis. We talk about Netflix. We talk about the Roku box. We talk about the Apple TV.
So someone even asked us, like, send me your list of TV shows. So we figure we'll do it on air. All right. So that'll be next week.
Let's do our picks.
So let's do our CloudFocus app pick of the week this week.
So I'll go first, as per normal. So I've been hooked on this game.
Oh, wow.
On my iPhone.
Every one of your games stink. Like, I tried your Lions game. I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
No.
I finished that one. This is a good game.
Okay.
It's called Super Paper Pool.
Okay.
It is a mix between pool and mini golf.
Okay.
So if you can imagine, like, having these little boards.
Yes.
That you have a pool stick that you get to adjust the cue and like see how it's going to hit whatever the white ball is called.
The cue ball.
Cue ball.
You must be really good at pool.
I'm off. I have no idea how to play pool. But you adjust the stick and to the angles, and you get like where you have to hit the balls into specific pockets, but it's like laid out like mini golf. So you have to play like different angles, and you have to, like, some levels are like only get 1 in, some levels are you have to get 3 in, and they have different like pars. So like one will be like a par 3, one will be a par 4.
Okay.
You get that many shots to get the ball into the holes.
Okay.
And it's just mind numbing and silly, and I could sit on the couch for like an hour doing it while the little lady's watching like
some TV show that will not be on our list.
That won't be on our list. It's $1.99. I think it's worth it.
Is it Universal?
Oh, I have it on my phone. I don't know if it's Universal because I haven't even looked on my iPad to see if it's on there because I don't really care.
Good news is I can click on it.
Yeah, click on that thing and tell me if it is.
Yes, it is.
It is
Universal.
great. So it's on my iPad. I just never play it on there. It's from One Side Software, $1.99. Super Paper Pool. It's a mind-numbing game that you'll be able to play and love.
Excellent.
It's very rare I pick a game.
That's true. I have so many games that are coming up that I'll wait. I could do an all games episode, but anyway. So my pick this week is from 3 episodes ago when we did our paperless episode, and I picked Paper Karma.
Oh,
right?
Thank you for that one.
Yes,
I've been using it. It's great.
Isn't it great?
I mean, I can't say it's great because I don't know.
I do know. Like, I've been using long enough that I know.
Okay, good. Because I love it. It's so easy. I just bring all the mail upstairs. No longer do I throw it out downstairs.
I even take shots downstairs and throw it out.
You do?
I'm like going to the next level.
I just bring it up. I'm like, I'll get to it when I get to it. I throw it in my inbox and I'll get to it when I get to it.
I don't even want my little lady to see those catalogs, so then I can unsubscribe before she sees them.
Yeah, I've done that.
Because some people still like catalogs.
Yeah, not good.
So there's an app for that.
Oh.
There's an app called Catalog Spree.
May I look at it?
Yes, which is an iPad app, and it has all the catalogs. So you can get Sharper Image. You can get all the catalogs you used to get via...
Nice.
Yeah, that you used to get by paper.
Nice interface on this thing.
Yeah, there's tons.
I can search for them.
So it's called Catalog Spree. So for all those people who like catalogs...
Can I look at, like Victoria's Secret... Any of that stuff on there?
Really? Yes.
Here's like something that looks like Victoria's Secret.
Anyway, you pick your catalogs. They have new ones. You pick the ones you like. It gives you updates. If you want to go, if you're like fully cataloged out,
East Bay.
Yeah, it'll send you notifications. It's cool. It's a catalogs app. It's called Catalog Spree. What's interesting is you have Paper Karma. In Paper Karma, they advertise this a lot, which is clearly, I think this is the company that might be behind it or somehow. But anyway.
This is great.
It's a great app.
And you can buy stuff from here? Oh, yeah, you can. Buy online at the East. Boom, you pop right in.
So,
that's
cool. Kind of cool. On an iPad, it's kind of neat. So you got a lot of, so you can take
you're getting iMessages here.
Oh, you can take your catalog on the road. Yeah, they got all sorts of stuff in there. I mean, it's catalog-y, so you can still flip from page to page.
It's like
but then you can, if you look at something, it'll zoom in.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
It's very well done.
It's well done. So Catalog Spree, it's
well thought
free. Out. It's yet another reason not to get a catalog in the mail.
Right.
and you cost some money.
Good
so
one.
That's our pick.
Good one.
Or my pick. All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes with our next episode.
We'll be back in a week.
But for you, it'll be a week. Remember to go follow us on Twitter at Just Edelstein.
I want people to guess, because you're going to hear this before our podcast airs, and we'll have already recorded it. Throw some guesses at us on Twitter of what you think our top streaming TV picks are going to be.
I have some that are going to surprise you.
Good. I have some that aren't going to surprise you.
No, I think I could probably do your 10.
No, you could do my 5 for sure, but not the top 10, I don't think.
Remember, go to facebook.com/ArkusInc. Subscribe on iTunes so you can get next week's episode when it comes. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Google+. We're also, there's 2 groups, one in the Dreamforce portal and one in the Success portal, both CloudFocus Weekly, so you can join either one of those groups. Subscribe and leave reviews in iTunes. Until next week, we'll be back with our special episode on streaming TV shows that you got to know. It's Jake and Justin saying enjoy those cloudy days.